Hi everyone, Craig for Get Out There magazine at the start line of Raid the Hammer 2016. To celebrate 50 years of Don't Get Lost running, there's 50 checkpoints in today's race. We have some work to do.
The mass start was at Scenic Park in Ancaster on the West Hamilton Mountain. The majority of the race moved us in a near straight line from east to west, but the first section had us doing a short circuit in fields of thorns. It was called Game of Thorns. The teams were fairly bunched up here, but once the race got moving east, it quickly thinned out.
We started this race at a high school on the East Hamilton Mountain, and to the start line we were driven all the way to the west side of the city. And the one thing about Hamilton is the Bruce Trail runs right through the middle of it along the escarpment, and that's where we are now.
This is a unique setup, but it certainly didn't make the race easier than previous years. Being right on the edge of the escarpment, we were forced up and down it all throughout the race. There were many opportunities to attack a checkpoint in a ravine or a gully down below, and then scramble back up to the trail.
Man down, man down. It's always nice when you attack one properly. Dead on.
Or hoofing up and down the trails looking for markers that may or may not be there. At aid stations, we were required to report on which of these mystery checkpoints we observed. A wrong answer meant a penalty. Distance covered will vary amongst teams based on navigation success, but teams would have covered 25 to more than 30 kilometers in this race, and we only had to cross 3 roads. That is really quite an amazing fact, and a big part of the reason why Hamilton is such a fabulous spot for orienteering races, and an iconic event like Raid the Hammer. As you will have seen if you raced it, or are seeing now in these shots, the terrain is both beautiful and challenging.
Here we are, right in the middle of Hamilton, on the Bruce Trail.
We got to run by several of Hamilton's well-known waterfalls and discover many of the nooks and crannies along the way. This would have been a challenging course to plot, set up, and ensure its integrity was maintained throughout race day, but by all accounts, a fabulous job was done by the Don't Get Lost team. Hats off to them for another excellent event.
This is the matrix section of the race where team members can split up to find a number of checkpoints, and it can be dangerous if someone doesn't come back. It's getting late in the race and checkpoints are tough to come by. But there's another one.
Raid the Hammer is definitely a highlight of the orienteering season and a must-do race. If the full distance is too much, then the half should be easier to swallow. I'm looking forward to next year. It's Craig for Get Out There magazine. I hope to see you out there sometime soon.
Not so bad being lost in here. Hey Larry, not bad being lost in here.
Not bad being lost and don't get lost, yeah.
They all go up, right?